Hello, this is Jean Potter from the OPSRC Teaching and Learning team. Welcome to our first webinar for the Teaching and Learning team. In case you are not familiar with us, OPSRC stands for Oklahoma Public School Resource Center. We are a nonprofit organization whose mission is to support Oklahoma educators. Our major focus is rural or smaller school districts and charter schools, because we know that those schools don't have the manpower or the finances to provide support, specialized support in teaching and learning, finance, IT, legal, and communications. For more information about our offerings, please go to our website, opsrc.net. This is the first of what we hope will be a series of webinars that will be presented on the third and fourth Thursday of each month. On the third Thursday, we're going to be looking at technology tools of various types and how to integrate those into your instruction. On the fourth Thursday, at least for a while, we're going to be looking at NWEA reports, learning how to find those, what they look like, and how to use the data and interpret the data so that you can better instruct your students. If all goes as planned, these free webinars will be available on Google Hangouts and also at the same time streaming live on YouTube. If you watch on Google Hangouts, you'll be able to ask questions so that we can answer them online. If you happen to watch on YouTube, you can put questions in the comments and we will get back with you to try to answer those. The webinars will also be archived and be stored on our website so you will be able to watch those at your convenience or rewatch them if you miss some of them. Today, my goal is to show you some free productivity tools that can be used in every classroom. These are ones I used, many of them in my classroom, and found them very useful. The ones we will concentrate on today will be timers, random name generators, quick checks for understanding, and word clouds. Before we start, though, a short disclaimer. I like technology. I love sharing information about technology and new apps and how to use them in the classroom. But I don't think technology is the be-all and end-all for educators. I have known great teachers who were uncomfortable with technology and didn't use it very often. They were still great teachers. I've known poor teachers who have used every new technology that came across their desk. They were still poor teachers. It is my firm belief that the relationships that you form with your students and your ability to instill interest and love of learning in their lives is the important thing. Technology is a tool, and it's a wonderful tool, but it is not the only tool that you can use. Now that I'm off my soapbox, let's get started. Again, these are all free tools. I'm going to be sharing my screen from this point forward and looking at those tools as they appear on the screen. Join me as we travel through some of these tools. Okay, the first tool I'm going to be talking about is a timer and kind of called an egg timer. This one is extremely simple, easy to use. You just type in the time that you need. In this case, I'm going to type in 5 seconds. But I could type in 20 minutes. I could type in 2 hours and hit go. It pops up. It's a full screen display. And when the time is up, there's an alarm that goes off. Easy to use, easy to see, but it does require you to have an internet connection to be able to use it. The second tool I'm going to use is called Cool Timer. It is a download, so it sits on your computer. You do not have to have internet access in order to use it. I'm going to attempt to show it to you. It gave me a problem a little bit ago, but we're going to see if I can get it to show this time. So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment, come back to my live feed, and then start sharing a different screen and see if it will work this time. Okay, looks like it's working this time. This one is a little more varied, a little bit more things that you can do with it. Number one, it has a countdown timer for a mode, but I can also switch it to an alarm clock or to a stopwatch. If it's in the countdown timer, I can start it. So let's put it on 5 seconds. And you set it by using the arrows. Put it on 5 seconds, push the start timer, and it starts counting down. And I can pause it if for some reason I need to pause it and then restart it. I can also reset it. So if you have, and it has a nice alarm for you. I can reset it so that if I want to do it, I have multiple activities going on and I need to time each one of them, then I can reset it easily. I don't have to stop it each time and go back in and reset it. Okay, again, this one is one that you will need to download. The only thing I don't like about it is that it does pop up each time I open my computer and turn it on, but it's easy to either minimize or shut it down, but it will pop up again. It's nice though, because I can get it anytime I have got the computer on, even if I have the internet. Okay, back to screen share and look at some of the others. Okay, again, that one was a download. I've seen no problems with it. Seems to work perfectly, and it lives in a little corner of your screen so you can move it around, and it fills about, an inch or two by 3 inches. So it's not a very big timer, but lots of different features. Okay, let's look at some random name generators or random word generators. I would use these in my class to make sure that I was calling on each student. I would also use it to throw out random numbers so that we could practice number facts, or maybe throw out random words as we were doing a review instead of trying to pick them myself. There are a couple, and again, one will be online and one will be one that you can download. The one that is online, This one's from classtools.net, and if you haven't checked this website out, it is a great website. I can put my own class names in and save them, and then when I'm ready to go, I just push, and it spins and slowly slows down, building the anticipation, comes up with the student's name, and then if I choose, I can remove it so I won't call on that student again. Again, I could put numbers in here. I could use it for reviewing number facts. I could put spelling words in here, lots of different ways I could use this. Again, it is online, so you do need to have internet connection to run it. The next one is another number generator, but it happens to be one that is an Excel spreadsheet. Let me make sure that it is sharing with you on your view, and it is not. So let me stop my screen share, go back and change screens. This is an Excel spreadsheet. The first page where it says random, or first sheet where it says random down here is where it is active, and what happens is it click to go, and it will cycle through the names. The second page where the magic is the list for your or for your classes, for your classes. So you name your class and put your student names in. You can edit it at any time. You can have as many classes as you want, as many students as you want. Then when you go back to random, let's go to class 1 this time. Yeah. Go up here to class 1 and say go, and it will stop with a new name. You do need to have macros enabled on your computer. It will come up when you download this and ask you if you want to have macros or if you want to have active, I believe it says active information or active data on this, and just say yes, and that's the way you'll get these, if you share or to select the names. back to my screen share again and go back to my internet. Okay, let's look at a few word clouds if you're not familiar with word clouds. Word clouds are useful, even though a lot of people seem to think that they are just for pretty. But you can use them. We used them a lot when we were looking at a new unit. We would do the first paragraph of the unit or the unit introduction. I would copy and paste that into the file, and then use the word cloud, and it would come up with a word cloud or a picture, essentially a picture of the words with all of the words that were listed are the more important ones. The larger they are, the more often they're listed. This one that I've got up now is called wordclouds.com. I can put the word list in. It will give me a word list of all of the different words that have been used. I can ignore the and an if I want to. I can also change the shape on this one. So if this time it happened to pick the number symbol or pound symbol, I can use letters or colorful. So lots of different shapes that I could use. Again, these are really handy for you if you're introducing a unit, to do the introduction, to show students exactly what they're going to, an idea of what they're going to be looking for, what they need to remember. It's also good for putting in student work. If they have an essay, you can put it in, and it will show that whether they're overusing words, things that they use too often, or make sure that their focus, what the main idea is really showing up. There are several different word cloud apps. Wordle is the first one that I used. It's a very simple one to use. It's worded out, and abc.com. This one is extremely simple to use, very basic, and so it might be a good one to start with. The last things we're going to talk about today are the Check for Understanding apps. Let's look at Kahootic or Kahoot. This is the site that the students can see when they come up on looking for it. This is the site that you go to set up your account. Again, it is free. You go in, you sign in, you make a short quiz with multiple choice answers. Students then, and you note which ones are the right answer. He evidently was quite happy with it, that he got it. Then when the students go to the website, they'll go here into the pin that is given to you, and you give to the kids, and then they will answer the questions on their mobile devices or on their computer. In other words, they need to have a mobile, each student or each group of students would need to have a mobile device like a phone or an iPad or a computer. They can do it on the computer, and they would answer the questions. It comes up and shows what the answers are, shows how many answers are correct, how many answers are incorrect, how many students are participating. A lot of fun for the kids to do, and an easy way to use to do quick assessments. Again, though, you do need to be on the internet, and you do need to have, every student or group of students would need to have a device to respond with. One that's a little bit different, find it on here, I thought I had it. Oh, I put it on there it is. It's clickers.com. The nice thing about this one is it only requires you to have a smartphone. The students simply hold up. So let me show you, if I can, exactly what it is. Here are what the cards look like. The students each get a card that looks like this. You can either print those, or you can order them online for a fairly reasonable fee. Now, you can't see it from here, but there's an A, B, C, and D, and it depends on how they hold this card, which answer they think is right. So they would hold A up toward the top if they thought A was the right answer. Then you just simply walk around the room with your smartphone that you've installed the app on and use the QR reader from Clickers, and it will analyze what those QR codes are showing and then show you the answers that the students have come up with so that you can see how well they're doing. So here's an example of what it looks like when you, on your smartphone, you can see what each student answered. You can also see how many got the right answer. It only takes one smartphone that you have, and then here are some examples of the cards. Again, you can order these online or you can print them yourself. It makes no difference. And each will work well. It works with both Apple and Google Play. So that one's a cool one if you're limited on the number of of mobile devices that you have. Finally, in very short, we're going to be talking just a little bit about web pages and posters and how to create those and use those as learning tools. We'll cover those in a couple of weeks or next month or the next month after, but some that you might be thinking about if you need them before that, Adobe Spark, which is free, and you can do a poster or a page or a video using Adobe Spark. Weebly, you can do websites. Google Sites, which is obviously a Google application, you can do websites. So these are things that you might think about. In the meantime, if you need more information, please feel free to give me a call. A quick note as we end. The Teaching and Learning team just returned this week from 3 days in Arkansas at the Teacher Practice Network Conference. Members of the OPSRC and the APSRC, so our Arkansas sister, the TPN, or Teacher Practice Network, teachers met for 3 days in Arkansas and worked on sharing ideas and collaborating on projects, all to make education easier, more interesting, and to support teachers. It was a great group, a great 3 days of collaborating, communicating, and supporting each other. If you're interested in learning more about that, you could follow tweets at TPN That's TPNLEAD. They're also on Instagram. There's a Pinterest page if you want. There's a Facebook page. So let me know if you want some more information about that. You can contact me at my email address, jean.potter@opsrc.net, or give me a call at 405-568-5567. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.